The 90s was a great time for arcade games, but it was also a lawless era, when developers seemingly threw any old crazy stuff into their games. The beloved classic The Simpsons is certainly no exception. I like to judge beat-em-ups like this by three categories: weirdness, goon variety, and bosses, which is basically all these games break down into. Oh, and was it fun? But that's generally a one-word answer. So let's get on to weird stuff.
Let's just do this, and I can get back to killing you with beer.
This game came out in 1991, which is only a year or so after the show started airing regularly. The franchise was growing exponentially, and the game developers wanted to cash in. The problem was, with only a small back catalogue of episodes to choose from, they kind of just made a bunch of stuff up to fill the game with content. And some of the stuff they made up is pretty mental. Let's start with Smithers and Mr. Burns. The game starts and you're chasing Smithers, who has kidnapped the baby because she swallowed a diamond, or has a diamond in her mouth, which Mr. Burns needs for reasons unknown.
He's only worth $996,036,000.
He's not a billionaire at all.
So you chase Smithers, and you chase Smithers, and you chase Smithers, and then after fighting an evil Smithers, he blows himself up. Even in 1991, this feels like an absolutely wild thing to put into a kid's game. Then comes my favourite part of the game. After Smithers' grisly death, Mr. Burns comes bursting out of the wall in a robot suit and yeets Maggie into the sky. If the boss battle takes another 6 minutes to complete and Maggie falls at a rate of 9.8 meters per second, Mr. Burns must have thrown her over 6,500 meters into the sky, which is over twice the distance to the moon, before she falls back and lands on his well-hoovered corpse. That's some throw.
Ew, thanks for the analysis.
My next favourite weird thing is the bear boss. We first see this bear escaping a cage while Marge beats her murderous path through Krusty Land. Then it scares Smithers enough for him to carelessly toss the baby into the lake. The same baby he caused widespread destruction kidnapping. Then for some reason, the bear lies in wait to cunningly ambush us, and after a tense battle, the bear dies. But it wasn't a bear, it was a man in a bear suit. So why was this goon living as a bear inside a cage, and then why did he attack Smithers, and then why did he barricade himself inside a cave? Simpsons developers, you're so crazy.
We're here. We're queer. We don't want any more bears.
And the last thing I want to mention is the Moe's Tavern level. This gets off to a suitably crackers beginning, as the entrance to Moe's is now through a secret passage under a tombstone. Because, once inside, you have to kill beloved Simpsons characters, Big Boss and Little Boss. Did I just murder a child? And instead of the humble dive bar already established in the series, Moe's is now a huge sprawling underground complex, fit with its own casino, exotic dancers, who, for some reason, the developers wanted to portray as unfit parents. Where you going, little guy? And then there's this guy. I don't know what's up with this guy, but our boy is not right. He breathes fire, and he gives off a very strong vibe that he might be Moe's inbred cousin who he keeps in the basement, like in the Goonies. Honourable mentions to the whole crazy coma level, but I think the game developers wanted this to be weird, so it doesn't make the list. In my mind, arcade games should be weird, and the Simpsons game has that in spades, so I'm giving it a 9. Next up, the goons. I like a good calibre of goon in my arcade beat-em-ups, and the Simpsons delivers pretty well. You spend most of your time wailing on Skinny Suit Guy and Fat Pink Shirt Man, but they do mix it up a bit with some extra attacks, and there's something particularly appealing about how Pink Shirt Guy abusively shakes you. There's also zombies, guys in bunny suits, and some ninjas. But if I'm honest, while they're suitably satisfying to wail on, the goons don't have a huge amount of variety or challenge, so I'm going to give it a bang average 7. On to the bosses. I've already talked about a couple of the bosses in this game, but let's break them down. First level, you start fighting a wrestling guy whose pants keep falling down. The next boss is a big balloon.
That was easy.
Why did you think a big balloon would stop people?
Shut up! That's why!
After that, it's Big Boss, Little Boss, and then Moe's inbred cousin. You then fight a confusing bear, a kabuki man, and onto the grand finale of Smithers and Burns. The bosses are fun, they're not too hard, and there's some decent variety in their attacks, so I'm going to give it an 8. And lastly, was it fun? Hell yeah, it was fun! This game's an absolute classic for a reason. You only have to look at the comments from when I streamed it to see how fondly people remember it. So there you have it, folks. Let me know in the comments what classic arcade game I should review next. And as always, like and subscribe.